Okay.
Hello, Canada.
Hello, Akita. Uh, am I saying it right? Akita, Akita,
Akita.
Akita, 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 Akita.
Uh-huh. Yes, yes, and I am so excited to have astrologer. What's your title? What do you go by? I know you as an astrologer. I know you as a card reader. I know you as different things, but how
I,
do you describe yourself?
well, I am a spiritual new my words. I am a spiritual nutritionist
Ah,
and a cultural sociologist,
mm,
meaning that in terms of your diet, your spiritual diet, I help you
yeah.
to balance it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
ask you some pointed questions like about what are you thinking?
Yes.
How is it making you feel? And
Yeah.
how is it showing up in your body? And
Yeah.
from that, then we make up this plan,
Yep.
which which can like entail talk therapy, astrology, which is my big thing now. I will incorporate oracle oracles and things like that, but everyone is their own oracle. See,
Yep.
so my role is really helping people to understand and to know that they are their best expert. You
Yeah.
are your best expert. You know you best. Your
Mhm.
ancestors talk to you way more clearly than they'll talk to me. They may talk to me, but I want to show you how Dorothy, the answer's been in you all along.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Definitely, definitely. We are definitely tribe. I think I'm here on this planet to help people to find themselves as well, self-discovery, right?
Mm.
And self-mastery. So again, the oracle, like you said, the oracle, I am the best oracle for myself, you know? And I think the work that we do helps people to find that oracle within themselves, right? Um,
Yes.
and the different titles that we come up with. And I just realized as I asked you, hey, what's your title? I love spiritual nutritionist. That I love that. I think I heard a lady say she's a spiritual technician. Oh, you're the spiritual electrician. I think that was Iyanla
Mm.
Vanzant. She described herself as a spiritual technician, right? Um,
Yes.
then even my backdrop, cosmic communicator, like as we discover our own oracle within ourselves, I'm bigger than just an astrologer, or I'm just, again, you're a spiritual nutritionist and a you said something else,
Oh
psychic,
yes,
something else,
a cultural cultural
psychologist,
sociologist.
sociologist, a cultural
Sociologist.
sociologist. Right,
Yes.
right, right.
Yes. And that just means that I like to look at the world
Mm-hmm.
and certain segments of it from a cultural
Cultural aspect.
lens. And I weave in, like, of course, because the, the spirituality, because all of us have elements of that in our culture. We
Yes.
the news, social trends, different things, that that is important because it shapes us. You know what I mean?
Yes, 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 yes. And that is what Cosmic Communications, the channel, is all about: focused empowerment and sacred alignment, really aligning yourself with all of your sacredness, finding that sacredness within you, above you, below you, right? And being
Mm.
focused on your own empowerment, right? So putting all of that, and welcome Kendra Bell to Cosmic Communications and Cosmic Gems. This show we like to gather around the first quarter moon, and it is first quarter moon season once again. The first quarter moon is above us, and I always like to start the show by just reminding people, reminding ourselves how we can use the first quarter moon. And that I take that from my galactic calendar, that Mayan
Mm,
galactic calendar, which is a multi-dimensional calendar. We like to start off with the calendars, just looking at all the different calendars. And like Candace said, it's a we all are having different cultural experiences, right? And different cultures have created different calendars. And as I've discovered more and more about myself, I encounter different calendars, and one of my favorite calendars is the Mayan Galactic calendar and the Kemet calendar, right? So let's look
mhm.
at what the first quarter moon is and how we
Okay.
can work with it, because I always use it to again empower myself. And what action steps when first quarter moon comes up, it's like, all right, what do I need to now go and do? I've decided this. This is the 2 or 3 days where I have to do the actions. I have to do the actions. So, first quarter moon is about extension, it's about courage, and
Mm,
it's about balance. Okay. It as we're under the first quarter moon or weaving, which I love to do, and Candace said it as well, as we weave with these energies above us, we can confront, right? We confront what it is that we need to face. It could be a shadow, it could be a conversation, it could
mhm.
be, a deep knowing that, you know what, I need to confront this, I need to come face to face with this, it's time to deal with this. um First quarter moon is about motivating and inspiring and aspiring, right? So what are you motivated to go do now? You've been thinking about it, you've been contemplating about it, you've been seeing
Mhm.
it, the universe is sending you synchronicities. What are you ready to go do, right? So what is motivated now after moon assertion, right? So how can to go and do? It's about materializing in form. So again, we might have been thinking about it, we might have been dreaming about it, but now it's time to give it some more form, give it some teeth, give it some legs, add something to it, add some water to it and solidify it, put it in the fridge and bake it, right? So
Yes.
we're giving it some form, right? Or we're putting it under that fire and we're burning it and we're cooking something up, right? We're cooking these meals, right? So we're putting form to it. And again, it's about empowerment and pursuing. So, hey, we got a moon always over us, right? But it wasn't until last year that I really started using or attuning to the first quarter moon, and then recognizing that when I was moving forward or when I was ready to make an action, when I looked up, it would be the first quarter moon, you know? So it was like,
Mhm.
oh my goodness, I'm really in alignment with working with this moon. And I wanted to just, again, continue to share and
Please
really
tap that screen, guys.
really hone in on how we can use this first quarter moon when it's above us to really move forward when we're manifesting, because we're always trying to manifest something and we're always seeding something, right? So we seed
Mhm.
with the new moon and we manifest with the full moon, but in between there it's that action, those action steps, and sometimes those action steps is what we kind of get like stuck with, uh, trip up
Yes.
on. You know what I mean? So sometimes we really need that push with the first quarter moon, knowing that, you know what, this is actually the best time for me to do this, to make this small step or to make this big leap, you know? So here we are, first quarter moon, February 5th.
Yeah. So the thing about it is that, like you are saying, everyone gets really hyped. New moon, full moon. Oh, 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 I gotta set my intentions. Oh, I gotta feel my attention with the full moon, which is all true. But
Yeah,
what are you
yeah.
doing in between? So you're going through different energies. So after you set your intentions, then you have to start embodying this energy of, okay, so now so since I have set my intentions, how am I going to take on this energy now of someone that already has it? So,
Yeah.
and then we're going to go off into emulating it and just being in the energy of it, of being that thing or being that person that has that thing. And then
Yeah.
after that, once we start feeling that feeling, those the next days as it goes into the next sign, we're going to look at the different strategies. Okay, so I'm feeling this way. So are there certain things that I can utilize to make sure that I maximize this manifestation that I know is coming? And once you do the strategy, then you get into this leader energy of like, okay, I I've been feeling it, I've embodied this energy, I'm being inspired, I'm optimistic. So now I gotta walk it like I talk it. So if I'm going to manifest $500 this month, am I going to be worried about spending money because I don't know if I'm going to get that extra $500? No, I'm going to act as if or be in the energy to say, I'm not scared to spend this money. I'm wisely investing the funds that I have so that when my 500 or more comes, I have that much more. You see how that
Yeah.
changes the whole
Yes.
ideology
Mhm.
about
Yeah,
things,
yeah, 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 yeah.
and when you have that energy, then you start seeing the opportunities of things like, oh, you might feel this urge to play the lottery. That's a small thing, but hey, you might have had some type of a number or something, you know what I'm saying? And you
Yeah.
played a number, there's your $500 right there,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know? But you have to be open to, I ain't, look, shoot, I'm waiting that $500 so I
You
can
said
pay that bill or whatever. You know what I mean?
you, yeah, and you said something very important. You have to be open. You have to be open, and that we're going to talk more about that later, because one of the most exciting things I am excited to share with the audience this month is that they're going to create 6 new permission slips for themselves. And as we end the show, we'll talk more about that. We'll get into that. But being open is a big part of receiving and changing and manifesting and creating, being open. And as you were speaking, what literally it was like what you were talking, but what I saw is that that energy really moving up our body, the energy moving through us, as we make a decision to say to try something, like, okay, we're gonna walk with this, we're gonna try it, and then you're talking about feeling it out, and I'm like, yeah, you're going all through your roots and your sacral chakra with all that, you're feeling it
Yep.
out, and then we get that confidence to do right,
The
and that's
heart.
the solar, that the heart and the solar plexus, and that's really
Oh,
where we are right now with the first quarter moon, because even again on this galactic calendar, what I love about the Mayan galactic calendar, it also brings in the chakras. And today, the chakra is the solar plexus chakra, right? And of course, that action step that you're going to do, you're going to use your heart chakra, and because it's your passion, right? Your fire, right? And you're going to use that solar plexus because it's your identity, it's your courage, it's your confidence. It's like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm walking the walk, I'm talking the talk, right? So
mhm.
all of that is, we have the courage and again our authenticity, right? With that solar plexus, and we're in the age of Aquarius, which we'll Kendall talk more about that, and the Pluto and all of the transformation that we go through. And all of that has a lot to do with our solar plexus chakra and us really using that to be confident and to encourage ourselves as well as to be authentic, right? So that's a big part
Mhm.
of this Aquarius season that we're in as well. Um, and let's go into the nine energy because we're in 2025, right?
Greetings. Thank you for joining. I'm sorry. I told
No,
you
that's okay.
I am
That's
on
okay.
live on TikTok. Thank you for the hearts. We are talking about astrological energy and how to maximize it. So you are eavesdropping on this powerful conversation. So listen up and tap that screen because TikTok, if I don't have activity in my chat, they will shut it down. So no, they will shut
They
the
think you're working.
so you guys just tap that screen every so often. And if you have questions or comments, we will address them. Okay, I just want to add that. Thank you, my dear.
All right. So you want to say anything before I start talking about the nine energy? Because that's what cycle we're in. I just want to kind of like just talk about that nine energy that we're in as the 2025 collective.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, so we're also going to take this information again from the galactic perspective. You know, there are so many different, and I love how Candace said, brought in that cultural aspect to it because, again, our different perspectives a lot of times come from our different cultures, right? And it's
Mhm.
also so good to be able to, again, I always talk about multidimensionality. Part of being a multidimensional is being able to take in different forms of information and different um, languages, right? So
Yes.
perspectives and cultures and ideologies, all of that, being able to embrace and understand and use that information also helps you to become very multidimensional on this 3D level. It's not always about tapping into the 10th and the 12th and the 15th I mentioned, but really how multidimensional can you be right here on this 3D realm, right? All right, so
Hmm.
let's look at the nine tone. And again, I'm taking it from the Mayan galactic calendar. Just actually, I have a screen. I have a little PDF that I could share with you guys, so you could look at that, and then I'll just read from that as well. Du- 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 du.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Uh,
And don't be stingy, y'all. Share this live because this is information that can only help. The more they
all
hear,
right.
the better they will be.
All right, so let's look at that. Tone nine is the solar tone. All right. And the solar is the sun, right? That's solar tone. So what are we really, what type of cycle are we all collectively in right now? The tone nine talks about pulse, realizing, and intention. So it says from the perception of the multisensory human, the intention behind an action determines its effects. Every intention affects both
Mm.
us and others, and the effects of intentions extend beyond the physical world. So that's a quote from Gary Zukav. And even if we just look at the shape of the nine, we're all
Mm.
familiar with the six and the nine, you know, it's in, it's out, this, and then it comes together to create the spiral, which comes together to make the infinite eight. You know, it's like all of
Hmm.
this interconnectedness, right? So everything is being impacted, the above, the below, the in, the out, you, me. We don't just operate, like say, no island exists on its own, right? Because
Nope.
every time you put something in the water, there's a ripple effect. So it's impacting everything around you, right? The physical and the non-physical. And really the nine energy really comes into to show that, hey, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's not just one thing, but this collective energy, right?
Yes.
And these energies behind the energies, right? There's something going on
Hmm.
behind the scenes there too. So here we awaken to the realization of universal mind, which proceeds and directs all manifestations of our physical world, right? So we
Mm.
are in a cycle of awakening, right? And
Mm.
seeing
Are
things,
we?
yeah, and coming into some really potent realizations, right? Of what
Yes.
impacts and proceeds and directs this physical world, right?
Hmm.
So we see the non-linear emanating of consciousness, which
Hmm.
upholds this reality. So keep in mind that what we're seeing, there's something behind it playing out, right? And I think sometimes people forget that, right? There's the invisible, but the invisible is playing out and directing this visible stuff.
We
So
cl-
we
Ooh,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Can I just jump in? We
Yes, yes.
close out the year with the movie Wicked.
I skipped that one.
And no, you need to watch it. So in the Sacred Joy Garden, when
Uh-huh.
everyone joins, and I was going to share that at the end, we are going to do a cultural sociologist view of Wicked because it's very Aquarian.
Okay, all right. Well, because it's you, I might join. Because it's you.
Oh.
All right. So we understand that information is perpetually sent and received by our biopsychic circuitry every moment. You hear
Mm.
that? Not just on Sundays, every moment, whether we are aware of the experience or not. And again, we're in this 9 cycle. So we're not playing small, people, okay? We as human beings are awakening to these facts, to these realities, right? That every single moment we are in a biopsychic circuitry, right? And that's
You better say that
information.
again.
Every single moment we are perpetually sent and received information by our biopsychic circuitry. And the big thing here is that we understand, right? So for you as an individual, for me as an individual, to actually come into that understanding and knowing and realization that in every single moment I am sending and receiving information through my body, which is a biopsychic circuitry, not
All
just
the time.
flesh and bones and organs and, it's not just meat. That we are, again, we are sacred beings. And that's why we must put ourselves in sacred alignment, right? So again, as the ancients say, whatever you put your attention on grows stronger in your life. Again, we must be very conscious of what we're focusing on. What are we giving attention to? Because as we give attention to it, it will grow. If you don't want it to grow, do not give it to so much of your attention. All right. Solar tone challenges, as well as the adverse of that. If you want it to grow, give it some attention. Love it up every single day. Give it attention. Love it up. Harness energy information by directing it. These are some challenges. And the challenges, remember, challenge is a gift, right?
Hmm.
So during this solar tone cycle that we're in as 2025, the challenges that we might experience or the challenge that may be presented to us or the gift that we might be given or tap into is that we can harness energy information by directing it. So
Mm.
you can harness energy information by directing it. I can harness energy information by directing it, and think of that, meditate on that. And think of how empowering that is if you step up to that challenge.
Mm.
Right? If
Yes.
if one of your new permission slips is, I permit myself to direct the energy that is coming in and out of my life by harnessing it and attuning and the word is escaping me right now, aligning it, aligning myself with the energies above so that I could harness that energy and then direct it to flow into my life and out of my life as I command it to be. Huh. Try it out. Try it out for just one day and see what happens. All right. Then try it out for a week. Then try it out for a month. Then try it out for a year and see if your life has changed. I promise you it will.
Yes.
Pulse.
Everything is a habit. We have to
Yes.
start somewhere.
Yes. And remember, this is about pulsing,
Oh, this is
realizing, and intentions. So the whole nine energy, this whole cycle is also showing you how to pulse. How pulsing impacts you, how to harness, how to intend, how important your intentions are, and how to realize, so this is the window that we're in. And a lot of the things that are we're going to experience are going to be in this framework. What was your intention? Were you putting your attention to this? Is this the realization of your actions or your inactions? You know what I mean?
you
This is where
better say it.
this is
And
where we're
because
at.
United States, your worst fear that you kept promoting.
Yes, yeah. And hey, here I listened to something this morning, and the lady said, you played, she didn't say you played with the devil, but she said you wished for it, your worst nightmare, and now it's here. Like, a lot of people's nightmares are playing out, a lot of people's dreams and great empowered manifestations are also playing out. Again, we as an individual, you have the power to really create your reality, to intend your reality, to direct and harness this energy so that you manifest and realize what you really want to happen in your life and not the opposite. You do have that power. And this 9 year is going to show you how and how you did it and how you didn't do it and how you can do it, because the wheel always is turning. The wheel is always turning, right? We always have this opportunity every single day. So, pulsing is a way to amplify or communicate using mental, emotional, and spiritual energy, right? So, again, we're at this place, but this time and space where we're communicating not just with our minds, not just with our physicality. We're using the combination of our mental, our emotional, and our spiritual. All right. So we have gotten to a phase of existence where, as a
Mm.
human being, we should be able to put those all together and to exercise our natural ability to be telepathic. All right. So we're not playing the small being anymore. We're not the cavemen. We are long out of
We
the
never
cave.
were, but I'm not going there today.
Right, right.
But no, what you're saying, it goes right into number one. Like I said, we are now in the era. Oh, someone said, thank you so much for sharing this live. So you are, girl, you better get on TikTok. You are very welcome. We got to educate folks. Someone said, thank you for sharing this live. It's
She's
working
so
well.
welcome. She's so welcome. Um,
Yes.
so again, even, yeah, we'll get back into the caveman, because even in the caveman, like, you're right, not their version of the caveman. You know what I mean? Even in the cave, we were very, very intelligent, right? Because the caveman really taught us all of this. This information is coming from the caveman, and while he was in the cave, he was very close to earth, right, and connected to the
Mm.
earth, so he was able to tap into all of this. So I
Mm.
stand corrected on that. We are the caveman, and we're
Okay.
just not in that. We're no longer in that cave. In that we're no longer enslaved in a cave. Let's put it that way, and I'll
We
just
put
go.
ourselves in caves in these box houses. Would
Right,
you like
right,
agree to
right.
that?
Build a better cave for yourself, or build a new cave for yourself. But we get it, we get it, we get it.
Yeah.
So exercise your natural ability to be in telepathic contact, because I mean in ancient times the caveman was telepathic. That, that's from my correction. The caveman was telepathic.
Yeah, because
He
they didn't have language yet, right?
Right. Well, they had their own, right? They were talking it up with the planets. You know what I mean?
That's a good
Um,
point.
all the ancient and indigenous communities, they were fully telepathic. So again, tapping back into our true selves, right? Your true self,
Mhm.
which is a very telepathic being, somebody that is able to tap into the subtle energies, right? It requires clarity, right? So we're getting clear about a lot of things, and we're clearing out a lot of stuff. We need connection. So again, you get clear, but you also connect, right? So clearing out the mess, clearing out the debris, clearing out the junk, clearing out what is no longer required, cleaning things up, reconstructing things, breaking things down, the fires, the everything you see crumbling. That's part of getting clear, clearing some old stuff out. Connecting alignment. We're in this beautiful energy, this beautiful season right now of Haru, which I'll talk about more and more about. And a lot of that energy is alignment. We had what, 6 planets aligned last week, or for this for the for about 30 days, as well as another 7 planets coming up at the end of the month. So a lot of energy right now is about aligning ourselves, even aligning yourself with your tribe, aligning yourselves with the planets above you, whatever it is, but that connection, right? And connecting
Mhm.
and unity, right? Again, that the nine energy is 1 through 9, right? So it's all of these numbers coming together in a harmonious set, right? So it's also a steady surge of energy, just like our bodies, right? And they
Yes.
end, and this is literally just the number 9, right? So just
Yes.
keeping and holding this. Realize your vast capacity to broadcast your truths, subtle and physical. Bring it all together. All right. So that is the cycle that we are in. And sometimes, again, we can look at things from a ninth perspective. We don't have to always look at it at that 3D perspective. We can look
Mm.
at it, hey, let me take it to the ninth tone, right? So broadcast your truth. And I love that they brought this in subtle and physicality. I was actually just talking a lot about the subtle energies right now, and how those subtle energies really, when you tap into those subtle energies, how you can
Yes.
really it's just a whole different world. I literally was sharing with a friend that I said, I mean, the work that we do, there's a lot of subtle energy
Oh,
to
you're breaking up a little bit. Yeah.
sometimes. And I was that, oh, better. And I just was
Yes, you're
saying
better.
that
And
the subtle okay, that I was just saying that the subtle energies that I'm feeling them stronger. And what I'm actually almost working with more than anything when I'm dealing with people is the subtle energy, as opposed to what they're presenting.
hmm
Because it's just like the subtle energy is almost speaking to me louder than the physical energy. And I mean, it's really good for me because I'm like, I'm picking up on what you're not saying. I'm picking up on, you know what I mean? I'm picking up on your subtleness, and a lot of people are trying to control the situation. And I'm like, okay, well, go ahead, do that. But them subtle energies are like, girl,
Listen, I just want to tell you, Haitian twins talk is lighting up my comments. We apparently this is letting me know we got to do some TikTok lives.
oh,
And
well, you
they
said it. You said it. We were gonna
and
do it, so we gotta do it.
yes, and they are saying I am working on it, baby. They got the fireballs. I'm working on it. Boom, boom, boom. You know, they smiling, they got the prayer
Good.
hands. People, people are definitely understanding,
The language.
yeah, whether they know it or not, and with the different observations that we are going through right now, we can see what you're talking about with this 9 year, because apparently orange grump orange grump and the tusk guy, the I'm trying to make sure I don't get the other guy from the southern part of Africa. You know that they understand this
Oh, the young president,
science.
the
They
Burkina Faso. Is it the Burkina Faso
no,
president?
no,
Is it
no, I'm not talking about him yet. I'm talking
okay?
about the lighter person that's
Okay.
working with Orange Grump
Okay. Okay.
in
All right.
the house
Right. Ah, okay.
in
Okay. Okay.
America.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, they understand about subtle energy.
Mm,
They understand about
mm.
psychological
Yeah.
programming and everything. They're the ex guy, I'm
Hmm.
gonna call him that.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
the ex guy that we are talking about that works with Orange Grump is
Yes. Yes. I get it. I get
into
it.
technology.
Yes. Oh,
It's
yeah. Yeah.
art. Technology is basically artificial telepathy.
Yes. Yes.
Technology is telepathy. It's just
Yeah.
technical. It's taking the frequencies and coding and the messaging and it's translating it from one person to another. A lot of things that we talk about with science and technology would be deemed magic 100 years ago,
Correct.
and human people, quote unquote, created it, but we have it organically.
Yes.
Okay, and oh, Haitian twins talk. You know they saying we're awakening, baby, and we're excited and free.
Yeah.
Fireball, fireball, smiley, smiley.
Get your crystals, because it's about the smoky quartz. Let's talk about the smoky quartz crystals too in this
Okay.
awakening. Because we're bringing all of this stuff back, man. We're bringing it all back. But I love where you're going with the technology because, you know, and I think I know as we go through this age of Aquarius, the conversations that we're having about the technology are just that. Again, this realizing that well, the telephone is a replica of me. The computer is a replica of my brain, and the internet is a replica of ask and you shall receive. That's what Google is. You know what I mean? And
I
where,
I
where do you think they got it from?
I
It's
got
the
one
whole
step better.
internet is based on spirituality. So, if you also embrace spirituality, then you're also operating in the fullness of yourself. You could download and upload and like everything that the computer is doing, you're supposed to be able to do because the computer, all of this
Mhm.
technology is you, boo boo. It's
Yes,
you. But
Yes.
don't forget that you are actually supposed to be doing it. So, I even sometimes with creation, I'm a aromatherapist, and behind the product is the idea. I've been creating products all day today, right?
You're
This is
in your zone.
the product, but I created the logo, I created the colors, I created the design, I created the packaging for it. I had to think about it. What type of bottle do I want to put this in? What put a label? Do I want it short or long? Like all of that is thought process. And there was somebody telling me, "Oh, use this and use that," and I'm like, I'm sorry, So I'm gonna use AI for certain things, but I'm downloading my creative genius into AI. Because again, what you said, AI is artificial intelligence. I'm the real deal, not artificial, right? So as
Mhm.
you tap into yourself, as you harness, as you attune, as you align, as we come into the nine energy, the fullness of our telepathic selves, yeah, AI is still gonna be in play, but the real intelligence, let's drop and I love an A, but let's drop the A, authentic intelligence. How about that? How about your AI be authentic, right? Because
Yes.
the other AI isn't really that authentic, right? But it's artificial, and hey, we could do so much with that. Let it be a tool. But what about your authenticity? And again, we're back into the age of Aquarius, right? The
Mhm.
authenticity and honoring our authenticity, honoring our individuality. You're not gonna, I mean, AI can assist you with that, but don't forget that you are the guru. You are the
That's what yes.
authentic intelligence, because it's about intelligence here. So I can have artificial, like, what do you want? You want a real flower or you want an artificial flower? The artificial flower is good because I don't gotta water it. I could just leave it on the table. It's not gonna die. But at the end of the day, the artificial flower is never gonna give me what the real flower is gonna give me. So don't lean so much on the AI and forget about your own authenticity. All
Yes.
right. And I didn't
Look,
even
Haitian,
plan on it.
listen.
That was a download.
Look, Haitian twins
That
talk
was a
is like
live download.
Haitian twins talk is like a line fire. They on it, the real deal. And let me tell you, AI, let me speak on that because I use it.
Yes,
I
yes.
use it, but this is the way I see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, um, I have utilized it to revolutionize the way that I coach and to streamline and to personalize what I do.
Yeah.
AI is like a data dump of the access of quote unquote knowledge. It's like a database. So you're reaching
Mm-hmm.
out into the cosmos almost,
Mm-hmm.
the cloud. What's
Yeah.
the cloud? That's
The
the
gray.
technical aspect of the cosmos. And
Right.
then
Mm-hmm.
I am prompting, I'm using my intellect to prompt the source, not source. But you understand the
Got it. Yep.
intellectual, technical source to give me the
Artist.
answer. It's like, again, manifesting. We always say we got to get the quote unquote intention correct. We have to get the feeling, the attention, but are we really asking source or God what we want? And I have used it to create AI as a part of my oracle. I have created a whole prompt and a system based on what I do as an oracle. Like
Mm-hmm.
other people, they use cards, they use other things. I
Mm-hmm.
implement that, but it's still my soul. I
Yeah.
just want to share that we can't be afraid of technology. Like just imagine um what the telephone is like over 100 type years old. Just imagine when the telephone first came out. How many people said, I'm not putting that thing up to my ear? That's some craziness. How you tell me I'm going to punch a couple of numbers and I'm going to talk to my cousin in Kansas City?
No way
That's
possible.
madness. That's crazy.
That's the devil.
That's impossible. That's the devil.
Yeah.
And now we got whole computers in our phone. If someone came back from 1925, let's say it's 1925, they would have a heart attack and pass out.
Yes, they would.
They would pass out. What type of the wizards and the warlocks are running the world? Am I lying?
No, no, no. But as you're speaking, I'm thinking, the same relationship we are gonna have with this AI, it's almost like the same relationship as individuals we have with God.
Ooh, that's a provocative point of view.
Yeah, it's gonna unfold like that because you're gonna have your own experience with it. And as you
Hmm.
have your own experience with it, you're gonna decide, just like you were talking about, like sourcing the source. You know what I mean? Who is the source? Am I the source, or is this the source? Who's sourcing who? You know what I mean? And really, as we have this relationship with religion and spirituality and self mastery and all of that, it kind of turns into that conversation. Who is who? What is what? Who's sourcing what? Am I? As well as, again, this nine energy. And remember, the Aquarius energy is a lot about also the technology, right, too, right? Revolution and technology. And again, it's about the human and the individual, but again, just merging all of that together. Human, individuality, authenticity, technology, like where are we really with that whole relationship with, again, like I said, the caveman, right? But the caveman it was very intelligent. He was tapped into intelligence and the higher beings. He was telepathic. He did create technology as well
Mm-hmm.
in his time too. You know what I mean? And that technology, we're still actually learning from that technology even today. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we
Some
still
of
haven't graduated from
We can't even read
the
some of that
wheel.
language
We
that they
haven't graduated from the wheel.
and also some of us have not even decoded some of their technology. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
again, this relationship, and again, this relationship we have with information, and the nine, harnessing it, directing it, intending it. That's some God work there.
Nine is
That
work.
that's creative work. That's how you create cosmos and universes, right? So
Mhm.
again, and what is AI? And this the number just keeps on flashing to me. It's number 19. It's number 19. Number 19.
Mm.
So the one and the nine. So again, just on that numerical energy, the letter A is the one, and the letter I is the number nine. So again,
Mm.
that nine and that one, that it's again one and nine. Like, what are we doing with that? So you could break down a framework from a very 3D perspective or a 6D perspective, because there's so much there. So I'll just say that, like, this experience we're having with AI is reflecting the experience that we have with God and that relationship. Um,
Hmm. I never
to
thought of
be
it like that.
continued.
I like that. But one of the things that I want people to do is not be afraid of it. You're going to have to embrace it and create something with it that's your own,
Yeah,
especially while it's free.
yeah. That's why I said it's like God. I remember as a child, I say this to people sometimes, like, my relationship with God, religion, spirituality has it's grown from when I was a child, and it's almost like my relationship with my parents, there was some fear there at the beginning. I don't fear my parents, and I don't fear God. Removing that fear is very powerful, So, I mean, how do I look at even what that word God means and that relationship I'm having with it? Uh, is there fear there? For me, there isn't any fear there, but I grew out of that fear of God and whatever that held me in fear of this thing, So
Polarity
again,
now.
yeah, and again, culture, upbringing, whatnot, but that was a huge step for me to actually walk with. And today, I mean, we didn't plan this. I mean, we didn't plan to talk about it, but today is my spiritual day. Today, the 5th of February is,
Yes.
my personal um dedication day to God. Speaking of, you know what I mean?
Thank you
Um,
for doing this with me on your
Yes, yes.
personal
This is,
spiritual
this
day.
is
Thank you.
yeah. This is why one of the reasons why we're here. And hey, the alignment. It just happened to, and I recognize this day since 2017. So this is not all something that I've been living with always, but I've recognized it since 2017, and I just always just hold space for it in a very special way, because it's the day I dedicated my being to working and walking with God and doing God's work. And I think this is part of it. You know what I mean? So everything I do is my passion and my purpose, but that is my work. That is my divine work and my divine mission. So it is my godly work. So again, my relationship with this, there's no fear here. I'm not afraid of God. I'm not afraid, So again, I've evolved to that since being a child, and recognizing that in my childhood, when somebody said God and punish and all of that, there was fear there, but that's not there anymore for me. So my relationship has evolved. And I can say there's no fear in that relationship.
Yes, I definitely, in terms of God, I have evolved. I now see myself and God as one, and it's in the Bible. I,
Hmm.
I am the
Hmm.
vine, ye are the branches.
Hmm. Hmm.
Things like that. What? Hold up, my thing I don't. I'm sorry. I
No,
don't
that's
know
okay, honey.
why, but I'm
Life is
trying.
life.
The TikTok keeps saying it's not active, and they want to shut it down. And I'm like, people are coming in, people are commenting. I may not
Well,
have a hundred,
well,
a
well,
hundred, a hundred of people, but the people that I do have are valid, and they are commenting. How dare you?
well, what we could do is we could trick them up a little bit, because I'm sure we've been recording for probably, like, I mean, time is going to go so quickly, but the
I
clock
know
is
we've
still
been
ticking.
going.
We could do part one, and then just start a fresh one. You want to do that, so that it's not like a 4 hour one. I'm sure.
Oh, okay,
I'm sure we're teasing them enough that they will stay tuned with us.
okay,
Um, but maybe let's talk about, like, maybe one more thing, and then let's wrap it up, and then we'll start part two. So we'll have
okay.
different parts, right? So this probably be
Yeah.
like 40 minutes or 44 minutes divine timing. All
Okay.
right.
So you guys, y'all listened, right? So we are dropping some good knowledge. So
Mm-hmm.
if you are not following me, number one, follow me. And I'm going to put in my this lovely lady that's on camera. She is on TikTok as well. And we her, oh, definitely, I see now we need to go live together on
Yes.
here. But you guys, if you are not following me, make sure that you follow me. We're going to talk about one more thing. And
And
then
this will be posted. You can tell them, Kendra, this will be posted on Cosmic Communications on YouTube, and I'll provide the link as well so that you can have that. Yeah. So the whole show will be there too. This part one.
I have you on camera. So they Heard you. So
Okay,
definitely, guys,
cool,
make
cool,
sure that
cool.
you're following me. And we're gonna say one more thing, but we're coming back to reset.
Yeah,
So
because
if
this is just
you
the
have
beginning.
any friends that you know need to hear this and want to hear it, you need to let them know. But go ahead. All right, sis.
All right, so let's just, since we're gonna make it into part one and part two, let's just wrap up with the galactic calendar information, and let's just talk about today. What this energy of today is, February 5th. I made some
Mhm,
notes on that.
mhm.
So now the galactic calendar, and I'll just, if, and people who watch my videos, they've seen this calendar before, and I use it so much. It's all beat up. Like I use the calendar. Right? So this is the galactic calendar for this year.
Oh, that's
Right?
beautiful.
Yeah, and it's by Sky Time. They're on Facebook. This is my third, I think second one that I've actually physically gotten, but I've been following this stuff for at least 6 years now, I think. So
Mhm, mhm.
um so it today is red overtone Skywalker. Right? Look again. Yeah, red overtone Skywalker. And Kenda, I think you mentioned I know you mentioned 9, but did you mention 5 as well?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
No.
I thought you said something earlier about 5, and I was
I
like,
might have. I say so
okay.
much, but I don't remember. But go ahead.
Hey, you're right. Energy is about the center. And when we think about it too, like the sun and the solar energy, we think about the sun is a centering energy too, it's right. As well as again the Haru tying it into the astrological stuff. The Haru energy, Leo, is that fifth month. So again, just understanding the subtle energies. Again, we're in a 9 where it's not just the physical, but being able to really understand or overstand that there's something playing in the background here. Like again, we go to the movies, but we know there was a whole production crew,
Like
cleanup crew,
Wicked,
makeup,
Wicked,
everything, right?
Wicked.
The writer, the director, the people that you don't see that are like working. All right. So always remember that there's so much going on in life that you do not see. Remember that. Just don't focus on what's being shown to you. All right.
Especially
So
during this time. Especially
right,
during this
right.
time, you cannot
Yeah.
believe your lying eyes.
Especially during this
Literally
time.
lying eyes this time.
As you know, some seasons are literally playing out for you to say, no, not me.
Yep.
Just because something is going on, like just watching the television. We have thousands of channels. You could turn it off. You could you could silence it, not because it's on and happening means that it's for you, it's gonna impact you, it's about you. The older people say, man, your business. Some of the stuff that's going on has absolutely nothing to do with you. And if you man your business, you won't be impacted by it so much. But some of us literally are like
Mhm.
skipping around in the neighbor's house, just asking to be a part of the neighbor's drama when there's a lot of peace going on at home. So sometimes, again, just remember, not everything in play is about you. Right? Even if it's very real for somebody else, somebody else's nightmare does not have to be yours too. Like, stay in your peace. That's
Yeah,
my advice. Stay in your peace.
yeah,
Just
that's
because it's crazy out there, don't go and join the crazy because you want to be a part of
joining
the
what they
crew.
say, don't join the circus. And
But
that's
you want to
true.
be part of the conversation, so you gotta, put yourself in it. Like, listen, if it's crazy out there and it's quiet in here, I'm staying in the quietness. I'm sorry, I don't care. If I don't know what's going on out there, sometimes it's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay to not know some stuff.
Yeah, I for today, today I shared that the energy should be your grounding and grounded feels. The moon is in Taurus, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Taurus is very comfortable. That's a fixed sign because
Mm-hmm.
yesterday was full of energy. Venus just moved into Aries, which is a very
Mm-hmm.
passionate
Mm-hmm.
energy. Jupiter went direct yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So on the inside, we started feeling very like, what am I passionate about? What am I passionate about for real?
Yeah.
And then Jupiter gets into the airy, talkative Gemini, and it's like, oh, this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other. And now today, it's all right. You said a lot, you thought a lot. Let's chill and let's really make some sense of some of these grandiose ideas and this passion. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely. So maybe I said February the 5th today. You might have talked about that is grounding. So yeah. All
And,
right.
and I, and I love that you said that too, because even though we're in the first quarter moon and it's action, some of your action is gathering.
Well,
And just like what you said, writing that list and
yeah.
being very clear about what you need to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Sometimes the action step is still
yes. The yes, that hmm,
of the in that pause. So some of them pause moments, you will get everything in order.
yes. And I like to add one thing about the leader energy that you are talking about. It's not necessarily per se action. That's more the full moon. I just from me, that's where you really take that bold action. That
Mhm, mhm.
the leadership is really about strategizing your plan.
Yes, the strategy.
It's
Yeah.
about delegating your
Mhm,
energies
mhm.
properly so that
Yeah,
you can execute.
I love that.
You
Yes.
know,
Because
a
it,
lot
it
of
just
times, a lot of times, people think that the, the leader
leaders action. Yeah. Hmm.
is like the loud one, the bold one, which is the archetypal imagery, but the archetypal energy, there's image and then there's energy.
Hmm.
The energy of taking charge and telling everyone what to do is only validated by the energy of strategy,
Yes.
perception,
Mhm.
pacing, delegation, and the proper distribution of energies and power so that you can use your force properly. In
Can
my
you repeat? Can you repeat that? Because that's so powerful what you just said. Can you repeat that?
girl, I'll do my best. So
Yeah, because it was like, I love it. If just ground that in for
yes,
them. 'Cause
so
that's powerful what she's saying there.
so when we talk about leadership, there is the image of
Mm-hmm.
a leader, and then there's energy, right?
Yeah.
So the image is someone that takes charge, is point blank, knows exactly what they're going to do and tells you like it is, and all these different things. But a real leader does that with integrity and conviction because
Yes.
they have thought, strategized, delegated, and planned properly. They know how
Yes.
to
Hmm.
organize and assemble the power.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
are the image, but the energy is the collectivity of that.
Mhm.
Everyone wants to be a leader, but they don't know how to lead.
And
People get
direct
caught up
the
in the
team.
image of what we're told a leader should look like.
Yes, 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 yes.
Bold, loud, but ain't saying nothing.
Right.
Hey
And
now, hey
I just,
now, hey now. You know what I'm
I just,
saying?
I like that part with the navigating and like delegating. Like so much of that leadership is that navigation and direction and a strategy and that planning, because it takes that structure building to get
Mm-hmm.
to that point. Yeah. So I love that. I love that.
Okay. Well, guys,
Mm-hmm.
we are going to reset this
Hold on,
room.
let me just end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was perfect. And then let's just end it with the today's mantra. That's the perfect way to end it. Today's mantra for today being a red overtone Skywalker day on that galactic calendar, is that I empower in order to explore.
Mm.
Command commanding wakefulness. And there's some keywords in there, right? I empower in order to explore. Commanding wakefulness. I seal the output of space with the overtone of radiance.
Mm.
I am guided by the power. I'll say it one more time. I empower in order to explore. Commanding wakefulness. I seal the output of space with the overtone of radiance. I am guided by the power of birth. All right, so here we are on the 5th of February on a red overtone Skywalker day on a first quarter moon day, on a season of Haru day, on a Aquarius season day. There's so many different filters that we can put on it, right?
Pick and
But
choose
here
what
we
vibrates
are.
with you, right? Pick and choose
Yes.
what vibrates with you and take it to the next level.
And that's where we're going to end part one of this
Um,
talk. And we'll be back shortly. Join us on the next side.
yes. Thank you.
Thank you. All
All right,
right.
guys. Do not forget. I'm going to reset the room. If you are not following me, make sure you're following me. We're about to do like a part two. So go use the bathroom, go get a snack, whatever, and then you should see my live button up there. All right. See
Go,
y'all too.
go get a snack. We'll be back. Say that. Bye.
I love that.
Let me stop recording.